Lesson: Integrating external data sources, enhancing forecasts with economic indicators and consumer trends. Integrating external data sources into demand forecasting processes is an essential practice for enhancing the accuracy and reliability of forecasts. By leveraging economic indicators and consumer trends, supply chain analysts can develop more informed and responsive strategies that align with market realities. The integration of these data sources is not merely an enhancement, but a necessity for staying competitive in today's dynamic market environment. A comprehensive understanding of how to effectively incorporate these external elements into forecasting models can transform the supply chain function from a reactive to a proactive component of business strategy. Economic indicators such as GDP growth rates, unemployment rates, interest rates, and consumer confidence indices provide valuable insights into the broader economic context that influences consumer behavior and demand patterns. For example, a rising GDP often signals increased consumer spending, which could lead to higher demand for products. Conversely, high unemployment may suggest reduced consumer spending, impacting demand forecasts negatively. By incorporating these indicators into forecasting models, supply chain analysts can anticipate market shifts and adjust their strategies accordingly. The practical application of this integration can be illustrated through the use of econometric modeling techniques such as regression analysis. Regression models can identify relationships between economic indicators and demand levels, allowing analysts to quantify the impact of changes in these indicators on future demand. For instance, an analyst might use a regression model to assess how changes in consumer confidence affect sales volumes for a particular product line. This approach enables the development of more sophisticated forecasting models that account for external economic conditions. Consumer trends, on the other hand, provide insights into evolving consumer preferences and behaviors. These trends can be gleaned from various data sources, including social media analytics, market research reports, and point-of-sale data. Incorporating consumer trends into demand forecasting involves understanding how changes in consumer preferences impact product demand. For instance, the growing trend towards sustainability has led to increased demand for eco-friendly products. By recognizing and integrating such trends into forecasting models, analysts can better predict demand shifts and align their inventory and production strategies accordingly. One practical tool for integrating consumer trends into demand forecasting is sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis involves using natural language processing algorithms to evaluate consumer opinions expressed in social media and other online platforms. This analysis can reveal trends in consumer sentiment towards specific products or brands, providing valuable inputs for demand forecasting. For example, a surge in positive sentiment for a new product launch can indicate potential increases in demand, allowing supply chain managers to adjust inventory levels proactively. A case study that exemplifies the successful integration of economic indicators and consumer trends into demand forecasting is the approach taken by a leading global retailer. This retailer developed an AI-driven demand forecasting system that leveraged both economic data and consumer sentiment analysis. By continuously monitoring key economic indicators and analyzing social media sentiment, the retailer was able to predict demand fluctuations more accurately, resulting in a 20% reduction in stockouts and a 15% decrease in excess inventory. This case highlights the tangible benefits of integrating external data sources into demand forecasting processes. Frameworks such as the Demand Forecasting Maturity Model can guide organizations in systematically improving their forecasting capabilities by integrating external data sources. The DFMM outlines a progression from basic forecasting methods that rely solely on historical sales data to more advanced methods that incorporate external economic and consumer data. By following this framework, organizations can assess their current forecasting maturity level and identify steps to enhance their forecasting processes through external data integration. Implementing these strategies requires a structured approach that begins with data collection. Organizations must first identify relevant economic indicators and consumer trends and ensure they have access to reliable data sources. This may involve partnerships with data providers or investments in data analytics tools. Once data is collected, it must be cleaned and pre-processed to ensure accuracy and consistency. This step is critical, as the quality of data directly impacts the reliability of forecasting models. The next step involves model development, where analysts use statistical and machine learning techniques to incorporate external data into forecasting models. This requires expertise in data analytics and modeling, as well as a deep understanding of the specific market and industry dynamics. Analysts must also be adept at scenario analysis, which involves testing different assumptions and conditions to understand the potential impact of external factors on demand forecasts. Finally, the implementation of these enhanced forecasting models requires continuous monitoring and refinement. Economic conditions and consumer trends are dynamic, and forecasting models must be regularly updated to reflect these changes. This ongoing process ensures that forecasts remain relevant and accurate, enabling organizations to make informed decisions and maintain a competitive edge. In conclusion, integrating external data sources such as economic indicators and consumer trends into demand forecasting processes is a critical capability for supply chain analysts. By leveraging tools and frameworks such as regression analysis, sentiment analysis, and the demand forecasting maturity model, organizations can enhance the accuracy and reliability of their forecasts. This integration not only improves operational efficiency, but also supports strategic decision-making by providing a deeper understanding of market dynamics. As demonstrated by real-world examples and case studies, the benefits of this approach are substantial, leading to improved inventory management, reduced costs, and increased customer satisfaction. For supply chain professionals, mastering the integration of external data sources into demand forecasting is an indispensable skill that drives organizational success in a competitive marketplace.